Good afternoon and welcome to a sun-drenched Gary Berry Stadium. Boys soccer on tap for you today at the 4A level. It is the Coronado Cougars hosting the Cañon City Tigers. Good afternoon, everybody. Walter Johnson is on assignment. I am Barry Reed, joined today by the longtime Coronado coach, finally into retirement to where we can get him up here in the booth. I am joined by the one and only Matt Brickle. Matt, welcome to the booth.
Well, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Two young squads, you know both of these coaches. I'm sure you know a lot about this Coronado squad since your retirement yesterday. These kids were in your system coming up. What do you think we're going to see today?
Well, actually, I don't know a lot of them because it's such a young group of kids. I know it's a great little group of them, but like I said, there's only like 4 upperclassmen on this team. So, and as you can see right now, they look like they're doing pretty well.
Breakaway in the first shot on Jordan Jones,
yeah,
who is in goal for Cañon City in the blue jersey there, is smothered up.
And that was Joey Callan with the shot there. And I know he's a freshman. His older brother wrestled for me at Coronado. Big. He's going to be a big kid. Big.
So you graduated. You graduated most of the soccer team and
right.
Left Pat Dosh with a young group.
Yeah, Pat's got his work cut out for him. It's like I said, it's a real young group, and fortunately they're in a league that right now I think they'll be pretty competitive. I think they'll do well in there.
Today is just the second game for Coronado. Their opener did not go well. 6 goals in the first allowed, 5 in the second half. Now the first opportunity and a great save made by the feet of Jason Evans. And Evans able to smother. On the attack was Michael Ortega, the senior midfielder for the Tigers. And a good clearing kick all the way into the Cañon City zone, and they will sweep it away at the last second. But take a look at that last shot by the Cougars. So both teams, or last shot by the Tigers, out in the open. My apologies, that was Michael Mann, the forward, the senior, being stuffed by Jason Evans, the senior keeper for the Cougars.
Yeah, now he's a pleasant surprise. He's a move-in from California, I think. But Pat was real happy about getting a pretty experienced goalie to come in, and right there it showed.
We are streaming on the World Wide Web today, so welcome to the viewers down in the Cañon City area as the Tigers have come to Colorado Springs. This is their third game. They had a 5-0 loss to Lewis Palmer up in Monument back on the 29th of August. And then just the other night, an exciting 2-1 win over Mesa Ridge down at Cañon City. So one home game. They took the lead on a goal by Michael Mann with 17 seconds left to go, and then faced an unusual penalty as the goalie took longer than the 8 seconds allowed to get rid of the ball, got a delay of game call, got a yellow card, so basically had to sit the last handful of seconds in the game. And it was a free kick for the Grizzlies, which the Tigers were able to stop to preserve that 2-1 win. But you and Pat Callahan were laughing about that a little bit, as that's just one of those calls that never seems to happen at that game.
Right. Like I said, when it's a close game like that, probably the other team is, yelling that they're stalling and things like that. Maybe a ref just is trying to do something to help that out a little bit. Nice through ball there to the outside.
With it, that is Landon Schluter. He gets it into the center where it would be swept away by the Cougars.
Yeah, so Coronado gives up a corner there, I believe.
Jared Gorthy, one of the freshmen on this team. 6 freshmen on the bottom of the roster for Coronado, including one David Reuter. And you had an opportunity to coach 4 of his brothers, Thomas and James, of course, the twins not long ago.
Yeah.
Ben and then Matt.
Yeah.
So the Reuter family tradition continues, kind of like the Von Trapps with singing
Right.
in Europe. The Rooters here.
Yeah. Now David's he's going to be another big kid. He's already over 6 foot, and he only weighs 138 right now, but I'll guarantee you he'll be about 180 by next year or the year after. So, great kid.
Slightly misplayed, and now the defense has to push it all the way back to Jones in the goal. He'll sweep it to the left to try to clear. Out to the center. Coronado clamps down on man.
That's Brandon Hellam there.
Brandon was one of your stand-ups last year as a freshman.
Brandon's a quality kid. He's a great player. Great kid.
Talking to Pat Callahan of...
Now here's another nice ball. Well, it looks like both teams are just trying to find a rhythm that they haven't gotten into yet. But you can see that they're developing, trying to develop something here.
Canyon City playing most of its games on turf, although it has the only grass field in their entire league, the 4A South Central League. Now this ball lobbed ahead on the chase for Coronado is Matt Marler. He'll be tripped up down into the corner by Logan Hopkins, the freshman defender.
Canyon City giving up a corner here, so these are always good opportunities.
What was your favorite play as far as a corner kick? What alignments did you like, and what was your favorite strategy?
I always liked a ball low on the ground near the near post, but they always hated to run that, and so they always wanted to go long. But corners, it's just you always got an opportunity with that ball coming in there. You just want your guys to get into position to try to score a goal.
Jones fields it right in front of the net, about mid-deep in the zone. So an opportunity wasted by the Cougars.
There's a header by Brandon again.
Nice, warm, late summer day here at Gary Berry Stadium.
I believe that's Reuter there in the middle. Now, the best player that could have played for us definitely was his sister, who is an animal, Catherine Reuter, who had a full ride at San Jose State, and she actually came back and is going to be able to play for CSU in their first program this year. They're starting up a varsity program. So
now is that CSU Pueblo or Fort Collins?
Fort Collins.
The main CSU campus.
Mm-hmm. So that's a neat deal for the women's soccer program up there. But Catherine was a great player with Kaylee Vandersloos, who helped the women's team do so well last couple years.
This is David Reuter feeding the outside. And it gets swept away there from Joey Callan. Another one of those freshmen. So the freshman playing the left side of the pitch here. And now we have a stoppage. While we've got this stoppage, let's take a look at what my partner calls the best team on the field, the officials in the green and black stripes. The center official today will be Joel Wilson. He will be assisted by Bob Mogi and Chris Seaver. And this will roll out of bounds. Brand new field. And as long as your coaching tenure was, from 1987 to just last year, you played when Gary Berry was grass. You played when the old turf was brand new. You played for years as that turf wore out and gave out. Now we got a brand new surface.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit what changes in the surface. Now we've got a newer surface. Is that going to be a little bit slower than the older surface, or is it going to play just as fast, you think?
No, I think it'll be about the same. I mean, in terms of, the field all these years, it was kind of funny when you played, when the turf was getting bad there for a while. It was, you come home with more of it on you than, but this is a beautiful field. It plays a little faster, if we used to say, because sometimes we play home games up at Holmes and the grass was a little thicker, and that ball really kind of slowed down a little bit. People used to say we had gremlins on the field because we always used to win there. You know, we did real well when we played at home up there at home. So
Michael Mann had control of it, kicks it back to the center. Now a little give and go, trying to work with Michael Ortega. That gets stopped by Coronado. Now to the outside wing for Hopkins. Hopkins will sweep it back. And Coronado to the loose ball.
Another player you got up top is number 10, Stanton Rubio, he's going to be a great little player. He came out for us last year and really contributed a lot as a 9th grader. And, you know, he's got a brother, Nathan Rubio, who was a pretty tough kid, great player. But Stanton is, he really adds a lot to this team, I'm sure. He really helps these guys out a lot.
And right on cue, Rubio into the action on the left side of your screen, trying to steal the ball back. Number 10 in white. Coronado in the white with the red numbers, and in the black and yellowish gold are the Tigers. Trying to feed through a triple team. No such doing, but Tigers maintain possession. And if there was any doubt as to whether a ball was in or out on the old field, no doubt now, as the trim here at Gary Berry Stadium is a black surface, whereas it was green before.
Right.
So one of the nice things about a new field is you get that delineage of the lines. This one chased all the way into the back.
It looks like they try to go to this number 9 quite a bit up there in Canyon City, going through the middle there a little bit.
And a little bit out ahead, and the offsides whistle blown on the Tigers. Number 9, Billy Stopka, the sophomore forward.
Yeah. Well, he's playing up top, but
Shepard, Kamnikar, Helm, Rubio, and Ryan Austin, the returners on this Coronado roster from last year. Missing from that list was underclassman Mason Thielander.
Yeah, who, you know, fortunately Mason made a decision. He's going to kick for the football team this year, and you know, he's pretty heavy into baseball and that sort of thing. We tried to get him to come out and help out a little bit, but Mason was a tough kid. It hurts not having him in that defense a little bit, I think. And here you go, Brandon. Nice, tried to get a nice through ball there.
Trying to feed Rubio, who was centered up.
There you go.
And now streaking down the left side, picked up by one of the defenders, spinning around. That is Thayer Shepard.
Yeah. Have you noticed there's another great little freshman we had last year who contributed a lot for our varsity team. And he's one that I think has really stepped up here and is going to help this team out. Nice ball to Rubio.
Oh. Rubio, and they're going to call him offsides, just a half step behind Cheney for the Tigers. Offsides. We have played 13 minutes here in the first half. Each team has taken a ball at the net. No tallies as of yet. Let's take a look at that last, just see how close that offsides penalty was. You're going to get the kick to the outside here, and there it is. Cheney was about a yard behind. Great working it to the left side of the field.
Yeah, it was pretty close. That's why this game gets so frustrating sometimes, because it can be so judgmental.
Cougars with
nice
the steal.
Shot.
This shot comes on goal, and Jones gets a hand on it to knock it down.
That was Brandon again, and Brandon has got a great foot. He's got a nice outside shot.
Hitting the deck is Helm after the push. Coronado with control. Helm will cycle it back. Now Coronado will feed the right-hand side, and it'll skip out of bounds with the black rubber that is ground up to be part of the cushioning on this field kicking up. That'll take a year or two to settle in.
Oof.
Dumping chase deployed by the Tigers, comes all the way back. Getting a foot on it was Jason Evans. Low clearing kick didn't make midfield, but the Cougars with their speed getting to the ball first. Now giving chase is Dale Myers, and that is one of those freshmen. And he will have the toss in on the near side.
There you go. Nice ball from Rubio to Brandon. Oh.
Helm loses it as he moves to the left, coming down the middle. Now stripped away by the Cougars. Angelo Salazar. Salazar gets stripped. And the Tigers feed it back towards the center.
Now number 9 is, he's a 10th grader. He's a transfer. He came over from St. Mary's. He's definitely a good little player.
That's 9 for the Tigers?
Yeah, no, for Coronado.
Okay,
That's
so Angelo Salazar.
Yeah.
Of course, your squad finishing 8-8 last year.
Right, we had a great end of the season there. Went up and played Evergreen in a snowstorm, and we lost 2-1 in the playoff game. But we ended up beating Mesa Ridge in a shootout. I think it went down to the 13th player. So it was anybody's guess who was going to win that game for us. And Bruce Lee Rodriguez was the guy that finally made the goal for us to win it.
Tigers trying to work the near side. Nice job there by Jared Corthy. Ushering that ball out of bounds. Tigers will throw it in. Little bit of breeze blowing from east to west, it looks like. Looking at the flags around the stadium.
Yeah, it's a little cooler up here than I'm sure it is down there. Nice job by Reuter there. And here you go, Rubio.